Your unwritten idea is a universal loss. One bold statement, and I fully believe in it. By the end of this talk, you will too. Over 1,000 days, I recorded every thought I got. How is that possible? First, let me tell you how this started. My 1000 days journey began when I took part in a 3D printing Olympiad in 2017. I had a great idea for a wheelchair that would help amputees and quadriplegic patients. Something, if materialized, would have been a huge success. Having imagined a wondrous invention on my own, I was quite excited about my future endeavors. But to live without stress is to be dead. Human beings get around 70,000 ideas a day, and out of the many unapparent ones, some ideas might just be life changing. My brain came up with this thought, and it's true. What if I miss out on those amazing ideas? This is a loss that the universe would face, all because I forgot my idea. Fearful of the grave consequences, I began writing them down. I wrote all my ideas. This troubled my mom. I often got up from the bed and started writing on bits of paper, to the point where I would even scribble on my walls. I mean, no one said scribbling was bad, was it? But all those sleepless nights have paid off. I have perfected the system, a system that allows you to record all your thoughts and solve all world crises. I now present to you my three-step ritual to note taking. 70,000 thoughts per day. Too much to handle, right? So I converted all possible tools into a note taking system. Memos, diaries, voice recorders, sticky notes, WhatsApp messenger chats, walls, tissue paper, you name it. Now, the next time you get an idea, you know where to store it. Ignore the clutter. Focus on recording the ideas. Just be sure to date and title the notes correctly. Thoughts that seem irrelevant to you may be the big ticket for somebody. So remember to note down everything. Note taking shouldn't just be a means of storing ideas. We want note taking to be a means to free our heads and spark our minds to invent more ideas. Therefore, the next step is revisiting existing ideas by reviewing the notes so the ideas are constantly worked upon in our amazing engine. Writing is thinking. As your collection grows, you invent more ideas. Good times to review would be when you need to prepare a TEDx talk, or when you lack inspiration, or when you feel ready to conclude a series of ideas. Finally, take actions on the things that need your attention. Remember, ideation is a long process. It requires nudges from every possible corner. That wheelchair idea from before, an idea that I planted into my voice recorder in 2017, was only realized last month in an exhibition. But that journey is easier when you have your idea notebook in hand, be it a journey of 1,000 days. The world has seen pioneers and visionaries like Marco Polo, Winston Churchill, Beethoven, who owe their success to their diaries. Marie Curie, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, Benjamin Franklin, they recorded their observations of their experiments, but also their wild theories. Leonardo da Vinci's legacy has been preserved in over 7,000 pages of notes and illustrations. Charles Darwin kept numerous diaries to record everything from his first sketch of an evolutionary tree to the list of books to read. George R.R. Martin's Song of Ice and Fire, the book series that inspired the Game of Thrones, began as an entry in his notebook. C.S. Lewis once had a vivid dream when he was 16 and wrote down in his dream journal. That dream inspired the world of Narnia. Noting your everyday ideas seems like a necessity only when there is a dedicated brainstorming session. We think it's too much work to note down everyday ideas. We must learn to unlearn this notion. With this new note-taking tool, all your thoughts have found a home because you can take it anywhere. It's virtually everything. And hey, you never know which one of your napkins has got your billion-dollar invention. Speaking of which, writing anything at the back of a napkin is so impractical. They're tricky to write on without tearing, and which side is the back? But say that to the physicist who drew up the MRI scanner at a sandwich joint, to the architects of the Seattle Space Needle, to the animators of Pixar, to J.K. Rowling who created the magical world of Hogwarts while waiting for the train. Just imagine what our world would be like if it wasn't for the little urge to record those ideas. During my 1000 days, I blindly recorded everything, including what may be some passing irrelevant thought. I made a collection of my daily reflections, mistakes, choices, funny sketches, and even comebacks. This is when I realized that hidden in my notes are solutions to my everyday problems and small lessons that I wouldn't have learned otherwise. Simple lessons like science fair projects, they need to be more than just a mere display of charts, or how I can be a better team player, or finding out that the reason I procrastinate is due to my fear of failure. You know the best thing about writing? You decide and solve matters on your own. Hence, accepting changes in life is a piece of cake. Remember that enormous collection of journals that you never completed? Well, you don't need to worry now because now the diary just comes with you anywhere you go. These notes reflect your thoughts. They show how powerful your thoughts can be. They are your best teachers and a collection of billion-dollar ideas. Man, I feel like Gollum the Hobbit with my precious ideas. Writing is the conversion of energy into mass. It cements the words born from your mind into tangible particles of ink on paper. Noting down your thoughts and ideas forces you to analyze everything, making new neural connections and new creative interpretations. So, what has 1000 days of writing shown to me? It has given me solutions to my everyday problems and possibly $1 billion. So, are you sitting on an idea? No matter how small or outlandish it may be, write it down and turn it into reality. You never know, your idea could change the world for the better. Don't stop until you find your idea worth spreading because there is only one mantra to save the universe from loss. Note it down. Thank you.